Hey everyone, I'm back for part 2 and we got a lot to unpack, so let's get started. Here are some of the topics I wanted to touch on in part 2, starting with criminals judging other criminals. I also wanted to talk about how they're not just exploiting Summer Wells, they also exploited another little girl. I also wanted to touch on how they found a real scary knife at the church. And most importantly, I wanted to talk about how they were the reason that Dawn and Candace both lost their job. I also wanted to touch on a little bit the whole stunt that Molly pulled last night with pretending that Dawn Wells pulled up to the Airbnb and then come to find out this morning that it was a great big lie, which I totally already knew. But anyways, so Dawn and Candace both do construction. Yesterday they were at a job site and the protesters, the heels on the ground team, pulled up and started protesting outside of the house they were working on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Candace Wells. There she is, Candace Wells.
We don't wish bad on people. We want to help. I'll get out of here.
Yeah, there's a picture in there. I don't know what it says. Picture of somebody. The kids.
Sorry, Don. Sorry. Sorry you lost your job. I'm sorry that your baby's dead. I'm sorry that you don't have a soul. No soul. You have no soul. Go, Goose. Go, Goose. I'm sorry.
Get out in front of the car. Stop. Get out of the road. Get out of the road.
Let's talk about it. And so, all right. We are all finished here. Conducting a little bit before this. We definitely didn't want to get him fired.
Are you kidding me? That was absolutely my intention. To cut off the finances of the snake. It's like cutting off the head of the snake. I'm sorry. I'm absolutely perfectly fine with him being fired. It's less alcohol, less drugs. He can be up there partying and doing. And we.
Let me make something clear. I'm not out here advocating for the Wells family. Whether you think they're guilty or not, saying, sorry about your job, sorry your baby's dead, is wrong either way. Like, seriously, sick. What kind of person says something like that and then laughs? They don't know if Candace and Dawn are guilty or not. Really, yes, there are red flags. I get that. I get being a true crime creator and going over the case, but going to people's cities and their houses and their churches and everybody at their church, going to their job and harassing the hell out of them is never okay. Even if Dawn and Candace were locked up and put in jail tomorrow, this still would not be okay. I want to play you guys another clip from the job site, and then I'm going to go into Tennessee welcoming them with open arms.
Come on, Candace. Come out here and talk to us about your daughter. What'd you do with her? What'd you do with your daughter? This is public property.
No, you have that First Amendment right, but you can't be considered.
Then fire him from the job. Fire him from the job. You don't need a baby. He buried his baby somewhere. We want to know where she's at. Where's your baby? What'd you do with your daughter? Where'd you bury her? Where'd you bury her, Don? Please. Do you even know what happened? Are you kidding me? You realize that the baby drowned at that watering hole. They did something to her. Yes, we do.
Listen, we all want to find her. We all care about her, right? But then when we back here yelling at the public street, you're like, we on the public street. We can be yelling street. I mean, think back here looking at y'all. You're yelling street.
Well, we can talk though, right? We can talk.
But I mean, don't get your screen yelling across the scene, all right?
Meet them places.
Did y'all catch that part where Bullhorn Betty said she had proof that Dawn and Candace are responsible for Summer's disappearance? Yeah, she's something else. Anyhow, you could tell the cops in that clip were not having it. They were not having it. Now I want to show you more clips of more people in Tennessee welcoming them with open arms.
Oh, here we go, harassing the Wells and their neighbors some more.
Have you seen Summer Wells?
Okay. Get out of here. Them country don't want your motherfucking asses around. Get your ass on down the road, Jack. They don't want you around.
Yeah.
They don't want you down there. You ain't doing nothing but causing trouble. Get out. Bye.
Planned Parenthood, burnt to the ground. And like I said, I don't personally agree with abortion. I don't like it, I don't support it, but no one should go to this extreme to ever burn something down to the ground they don't agree with. I mean, that is a crime. That is a bullhorn. He just got no one should do that. You know, I don't agree with certain other religions.
I got both of those clips from my homegirl Queen Bee. Go over to her channel and sub up. She was doing the funny voiceovers in both those clips. Anyhow, I think we can all see that Tennessee doesn't want these people there. They're fed up. There's more clips. I just can't fit them all into this video of people telling them to shut up and people telling them to be quiet. People in Tennessee have had enough. There are people in Tennessee that think that Don and Candace are guilty AF and are telling Jonathan and Bullhorn Betty and Molly Golightly to shut the hell up and leave. Don't get me wrong, I support the right to assemble and protest, but this is not a protest, this is harassment. A protest would be to change a law or, you know, maybe a crime that's not getting any attention. This is still an open investigation. This brings me to my next subject. How they harass the people at Don and Candace's church. Okay, what I'm going to show you next is pretty gross. I'm not going to include the clips that were circulating around YouTube. One, because one of them is of a child. She didn't know she was being recorded. And the other one was just too big to fit in the video. However, I will be leaving a link to the one video that was too big in my description. So Jonathan and Molly, more specifically Jonathan, had been trying to get a hold of these people at Don and Candace's church. So Jonathan and the team had made a few calls to these people at the church, the one guy that runs the website for the Wells family, and they had also pulled up to the church a few times, and every time they'd gone by there, it was locked and they weren't allowed in. Well, one of the videos that they made where they're pulling up to the church, there's a sign outside that you could tell is brand new and put in place because of them that says no pictures and no video recording on the premises. After showing up to the church service, Molly Golightly goes and sits next to Summer's Sunday school teacher and her little girl. Pulls out her spy pen and starts recording them while they're praying. Molly claims she records this because she just wanted to prove to people that she wasn't lying and so she could have it for safekeeping. Well, she posted it to her channel and got 10,000 views off of it. Summer's Sunday school teacher is named Robin. Robin called the authorities and the video was removed. Then after that, after they find out that Robin called the cops, they decide to go by Robin's house and give a in-person apology to her. I haven't seen any video footage of this, but allegedly, after they found out that Robin called the cops, they wanted to go in person and apologize at her house. They said that she didn't answer the door. However, when they were driving away, a cop passed them and then turned around and pulled them over. Then while all that is going on, the guy from the church got back to them and said he was going to meet up with them, and then he stood them up and never met up with them. Well, they went to his house too, and they recorded that. He wasn't home, he was at work, but his elderly mother was there. And of course, they asked her, you know, their number one question, where is Summer Wells? Like, as if she knew, she wouldn't say something. Like, I get putting her name on flyers and keeping her name out there, or even screaming her name at your little protest, but directly asking somebody if they know where Summer is just kind of ridiculous. Because if somebody knew where Summer was and they were keeping it a secret, what makes Jonathan Lee Riches and Molly Golightly and Bullhorn Betty think that they're going to get all the answers? It just doesn't make sense. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here because I had to cut part 2 in half, so this is actually a 3-part video. So stay tuned for part 3. Hope y'all like the video. Love y'all.